Okay, welcome to Lesson 5, White Tiger Kenpo. In this lesson you're going to learn lever and crashing elbow. Also, I'm going to introduce you to your first kata, short 1. Okay, now short 1, for those that may be familiar with the American Kenpo or the Tracy Kenpo system, it is the same pattern, but instead of doing blocks, we turned it into self-defense techniques. So let's bow in and we'll get started and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, let's start with learning short 1, or at least the first section of short 1. In this section, you have an opponent coming from the 12 o'clock. Now basically short 1 is a plus pattern. Your attacker is at 12, and then your attacker will be at 9, and then your attacker will be at 3, and then 6. So the pattern will go 12, 9, 3, 6, back to square. And what the attacker is doing is they're throwing a right punch, step through, then a left punch, step through. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn to retreat using self-defense techniques. And the first thing we're going to do, as we do with every kata, from about to blue-purple belt, is you're going to use your basic salutation. After purple belt, you go into the what they call an advanced salutation. And the basic salutation is just like as if we were bowing in to class. You step out, present, bow, back to neutral stance. And then from here in section 1, your first move is to step back with stop, hit, D. Okay? So, from there, let's start at the beginning. Salutation. Bow, step back, stop, hit D, then step back and do stop, hit D, weak side. Okay? Power side, weak side, power side, weak side, power side, weak side. That's the pattern throughout this short kata. So, let's do it from this angle. Start with your salutation. Bow, step back, stop, hit D, open up, step back, stop, hit D. Okay, that is your first section of short 1. Practice that, and here in about 5 lessons, I'll be giving you your next section. There's only 4 sections to this kata. So before you're done, you'll have all 4 sections and plenty of time to practice. The next technique we're going to look at is called lever. Lever is for a shoulder grab from the side, and as we've talked about before, anytime someone does a shoulder grab, it's 9 out of 10 times because a punch is going to follow. So as you practice these, keep that in mind, as there is really most likely a punch coming. Now we're going to assume the opponent is fairly close to us, and what we're going to do is we're going to step out slightly with our left foot as we turn to face 3 o'clock and set our right hand up into an inward strike position with our left hand in check. So we're in a soft bow position. Our right hand is held high, just like if we were beginning an inward block, and our left hand is in check. Okay? Let's do that part again. Step out and block. Okay? And then one more time. Step out and block. Now, once you have that move down, the only thing that changes through A, B, and C of this technique is what follows next. So, we're in this position, so we're going to use our, and let me start over because I forgot this isn't a check, this is a pin. My apologies on that. So, pin and step and block. Okay? So, one more time, pin and step and block. Anytime anybody grabs you, we're going to pin. And we get our hand up, and as we pin, we're going to use our shoulder as a base. And as we use our shoulder as a base, we're going to go from a soft bow to a horse to use our circular power to break or at least hyperextend that elbow. And as I've repeated myself, when you strike the elbow, make sure you strike above it, just above it, where all those muscle groups are and tendons, so that you can cause the damage there. If you strike right on the elbow joint, it's going to hurt you more than them. So again, pivot here, and then a break, pull them right into your rib cage. And what that's going to do is that's going to jerk that head forward, expose the chin, and open up the throat. So let's do that section again up to that point. Inward block to break, pin the shoulders, pivot to horse, hyperextend or break the arm, roll the hand over right into the crook of the elbow, pull them in right into your rib cage, get that chin exposed, and do a wing chop right up the front, just like you learned in opponents and sides. Okay? So that's lever A. Again, set it up to break, break, pull them in, pull them right into that crook of that elbow. Just pull them right into your rib cage, and then immediately follow up with a wing chop to the throat, going up the body, up the contour of the body, and not out like this where they can see it and possibly block it with their other hand. Okay, last time on lever A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Try to get to that where it's a little smoother. So you got 1, 2, 3. Start off with the 4 steps and then go to the 3 steps. Now that you understand A, B and C is going to be fairly simple. Start off the exact same way. 1, 2. But now on B, you've lost the grip. Okay? So you can't pull them in because you no longer, as you go to pull, they've pulled that hand out. You didn't get the hand pinned strong enough. So 1, 2, you got to this position, they pull away. We're going to step forward and drive the elbow right into their face. Okay? The B version starts off just like A. 1, 2, pull, but at this point they've loosened up, they've gotten away from us a little bit, so we're just going to step in and drive the elbow straight into the face. So we got lever A, which is pin, break, pull, wing chop. Then we got lever B, which is pin, break, pull, you lose the grip, step in with a driving elbow to the face or ribs, depending on what's available. Then we have the C version, sets up the same way. 1, 2, but at this point the elbow is bent. It's not locked out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook it. Okay? And you're just going to drop the arm, fingers, and just hook right at the crooked, and you're going to jerk them forward and bring that head forward and towards you as we go to a soft bow. Then we're going to reverse that soft bow with an elbow to the face. And this will set you up for continuing strikes if you need to. Okay, again on C. Pin. Break, the elbow is bent. Hook, pull them into you, elbow back out. So, we got lever A. Pin, break, pull, wing chop to the throat. Lever B. Pin, break, pull them in, elbow to the face. Okay, again on B. Pin, break, pull, elbow to the face because you lost the grip. Lever C. 1, hook, and back out with an elbow to the face for the C variation. And that is lever A, B, and C, shoulder grab from the side. Then we have then we have crashing elbows. Okay, A and B variation. Crashing elbows is a right punch. We're going to step in. Now start at stepping to 10-30, but as you get more comfortable, try to step in closer to your opponent by stepping to about 11 o'clock. At first step to 10-30, but as you get better at it, get closer and closer to your opponent. Now, the technique calls for an inward block, but we don't use an inward block in this particular scenario. We're going to come through with a crossbody parry, or start using the heel palm. So we're going to come in and heel palm and slap that arm all the way across the body. Okay, that will expose the ribs and tighten everything up and setting up your next 2 strikes. So again, on A, you're going to slap the hand into a soft bow. Then from here, you're going to elbow through the rib cage, follow back in with a hammer fist to the rib cage. So you go soft bow to soft bow to soft bow. Okay, again. 1, soft bow. Right hand set up, elbow strike as the left hand stays in check. Then back through with a soft bow with a hammer fist through the kidneys, setting your hand up for a continuous strike if it is needed. So that's crashing elbows A. One more time. 1, strike, strike. Okay? The B version. Now the B version has 2 different variations depending on who your instructor is. My instructor likes to do it one way, I like to do it a different way, but we let the students decide which one they prefer. So the B version is you're in tighter. You've done your block, you've done your elbow, but now you don't have the room to do the hammer fist because they're in much closer than you anticipated. So what you're going to do is, one option is you're going to elbow through just like we did on A, then you're going to take your right foot, step in and behind your opponent, and drive the elbow into the kidneys. Okay? So, it's kind of a little confusing, but we'll go through this slowly. So, crashing elbows B. Option 1, 2, step between the legs and drive the elbow into the kidneys from behind. Option B is you're going to do the same thing, start off the same way as 1, 2, and then you're going to not elbow, but you're going to elbow back through, which will set you up for a strike. Neither one is bad, neither one is wrong. It's just a matter of how you plan on following up. If you're going to continue on from behind, then driving the elbow into the back and kidneys is a great way. Also, it's less likely you're going to have to re-engage with your opponent. If you come in this way, you might have to re-engage coming back out. So it just depends on what your preference is, but both ways are acceptable. So let's go through them again. We got crashing elbows A. 1, 2, hammer fist back through the kidneys, soft bow to soft bow. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. The B version, one variation of it is step in, soft bow, elbow, leave the hand in check, step behind your opponent, drive your right hand into their kidneys. Variation B, step in, crossbody parry, elbow, and then elbow back through. 3 soft bows, same power pattern as the A version, except you're doing elbow, elbow rather than elbow, hammer fist. Okay, so you've learned quite a bit in this lesson, so let's kind of repeat what we've learned today in this lesson. First thing was short 1, section 1. Now this is going to be made up of self-defense techniques. At 12 we're going to do stop hit D. At 9 we're going to be doing your extended outward blocks. We're going to be doing Kenpo shield, and we're going to be doing delayed sword. So those are the 4 techniques from your yellow belt that we're going to use in this kata. Now your first section starts off with section 1, where the attack comes from 12 o'clock. We're going to step in and you're going to bow. Then you're going to step back with your left foot as you do stop hit D. Then you're going to step back again with your right foot, leaving your hands up and going into stop hit D, weak side. Okay, you should still remember stop hit D. You just learned it, but if you need to, go back and refresh with your lesson. So, one last time. Short 1, section 1. Salutation. Bow. Step back left. Stop hit D. Step back right. Stop hit D. Stay there until we go on to section 2. Then we learned lever, which is a shoulder grab from the side with a possible punch. So we're going to step out slightly. This will also pull your opponent off balance. As we pin the arm, the right hand will come up. We're going to attempt to break the elbow, but most likely just hyperextend it. Pull them right into your rib cage, expose that neck, get them into you, and wing chop to the throat, which comes up the contour of the body. So lever A again. Pin, break, pull, chop. And then you have lever B. Stand setup. 1 to break, pull, we lose the grip, so we step in and drive the elbow into the face or the rib cage. Then we have lever C. 1, break, the elbow is bent, so we're going to hook, elbow back across the face into soft bow, set us up for an additional technique if it's needed. Then we have crushing elbows A. So it's a right punch, step in, crossbody parry, soft bow, elbow the rib cage. This will double them over. Then we're going to hammer fist the kidney. This will arch them back up. And if you wanted to, when you're practicing these in your head, you can follow up with a ridge hand, a back fist. any number of other strikes could easily be followed up with this particular technique. And then we got crashing elbows B with the first variation. So we're going to go 1, 2, drive it back in. And then we got crashing elbows B with the second variation. 1, 2, follow back through 3 soft bows. Okay? Practice that. Then when you're ready, come back for your second lesson. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to send them below, and I'll be happy to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you, and can't wait to see you in your next lesson.